Hey guys, welcome back to Fresh Friday. Woo, woo, woo.
Where? Because it is
Friday.
Yeah, a Friday that all we all know is we are always happy. We're always ready for you guys. But today we are on another mood. Why? Because it is about...
Today we are speaking on a current topic that is going around in our home country, Kenya, in regards to the finance bill. Just a disclaimer, everything we do say here is our own personal opinions, our views. It's nothing to do with the church and anything like that.
Yeah.
So what we are saying is what we stand on right now.
Yeah, and it is coming out of our hearts.
Yeah.
Because you know what, guys, back at home we have our family members, we have friends, we have people we relate with, and when they get affected, it's also
affecting us.
Yeah.
We'll get right into it. Dan, I know you always have a song of the day. However, we've decided to do
today, I feel like we should, because we are Kenyans, I think it is good for us to sing our national anthem.
Yeah, let's do it. Lead us.
Please don't twang. Emu nguvu yetu ilete baraka kwetu, haki ngao na mlinzi, na tukae na udungu, amani na uhuru, raha tupate na ustawi. Amkeni ndugu zetu, tufanye sote bidii, nasi tujitoe kwa nguvu. Nchi yetu ya Kenya tunayoipenda, tuwe tayari kulilinda, na tujenge taifa letu. Ndio wajibu wetu. Kenya istahili heshima, tuungane mikono pamoja kazini, kila siku tuwe na shukrani. Basically, that is our prayer. We need peace in everywhere part of the country of Kenya. And as today we just want to give you about what we have in our hearts about the finance bill and all things that relating to what we have. Or what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. And for those that don't actually know what the finance bill is right now, so what it is that in this year's budget, there's been 1.2 billion Kenyan shillings of taxpayer money which has been allocated to the office of the First Lady, which has been 696 million Kenyan shillings, and the office of the spouse of the the Deputy President, which has been 557.5 million. These offices are not recognized by the Constitution of Kenya. So there's been an uproar in Kenya by the Generation Z, we call them Gen Z, who have gone out who have taken to the streets in peaceful protests against this financial bill being passed. And obviously we have our thoughts and everything, and me personally being part of the Gen Z, I agree with everything that is being done because it's affecting our tomorrow. It's affecting those, like Dan had mentioned, our family members. I've got loads of cousins in Kenya. I've got loads of family members who will be directly affected by this financial bill.
Basically, is not only about them. Even us, we ourselves, who we are here, because some of our parents, some of our friends, even we ourselves would like also to give back at home. Not only giving back, we also would like to invest back at home. And with what is currently there, it affects also us, because if you look, there's some things like if it is buying of land, we are going to be taxed about buying of land. And we all know since when we were young that if one buys land, is generally it is his or her own land, whereby when you look at the generations that, like me, when of how since when I was young, we find where let's say where our grandparents used to live, we find our uncles to our parents, they are still there, and it used to bring a lot of unity. But now, if you come and start saying that guys need to pay for the lands that they have been living there for ages and ages and ages, sometimes it will affect others, because there are those people who don't have money to pay for the taxes for those lands, and they're being told that if you don't pay your tax, they'll pick that land. Then where would these guys go? So it will make a lot of people to be homeless.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I feel like I'm even looking even less than land that is being fought for. I'm thinking for females right now, the tax on pads, females are like, it's like you have to, your what's it called? You won't be able to keep yourself clean as a female, or your personal hygiene is being taken away from you because of the price. Not everybody has the means of money, the means to make these payments and everything. And from moving from, let's say 30 Kenyan shillings, for example, I'm not quoting the actual prices, but from 30 Kenyan shillings to 147 Kenyan shillings. Why, as a female, are we being put in this position? Like, are we not supposed to bleed? That is what the uproar is. Like, why are the government doing this to us?
Yeah. Although I was just looking into an act whereby they were speaking about paying for hospital. Yes, guys, right now they do pay for hospital bills, but you find also still putting adding more bills, or let me say taxation, or a certain amount of money because of a specific someone who's diagnosed by a specific disease, let's say like cancer. It isn't right, because right now in Kenya, if you're diagnosed with cancer, it's really expensive for someone to be treated. Then if you add on top that the treatment will become more harder for someone. So it means that guys won't be able to pay for it, and they'll now the rate of number of people who are dying currently through that disease will increase. So instead of us, it will just become a burden to a lot of people. Number two, also checking on in terms of health. Initially, they used to have a board about national health insurance, that is NHIF fund, whereby you guys used to pay about 500 Kenyan shillings for just an individual person, whereby you used to present a card to the hospital, and the card used to pay your bill, something like that. For companies, there was a certain number of money, but right now, as I used to speak currently, when I was speaking to my friends, they're saying that the insurance company, it's like they're getting it out. So you see now, in terms of health wise, again,
people going
out, you'll be left alone. Now you're paying it out. It will be, even if they introduce another insurance company or something else, so it becomes harder also for the insurance companies, whereby now they have to charge people a lot of money so they can be able to facilitate your health.
I hear what you're saying, and it's actually sad that is the reality. But I was actually in Kenya. I've literally just come back from Kenya a few days ago. Today is the 28th of June. Sorry, who needs to July? Today is and this will be posted on the 5th of July on Friday. So I've literally recently just come from Kenya, and when I was in Kenya, it began off as peaceful protests. It was literally just people taking to the streets and saying no. Unfortunately, our Kenyan government felt a threat and began to attack the young people with tear gas, with gunshots. Unfortunately, we have lost loads of lives. People just standing there to fight for what is right for them, and they've unfortunately been killed. we say rest in peace, and our hearts go out to the families that mourning at this period of time. My thing is that, and how I believe and how I see it, as a government, you are voted in for the people and by the people. You are the people's voice. And if the people are against something, as a government, you should be hearing them out. There's a reason why the young people are saying no to this. The young people are clearly seeing their future being destroyed from a bill. Like I said, as a government, you need to hear us out. I guess we can somehow attempt to meet halfway at this point, because obviously there must be a reason why they want to put this in place. But it's like, if you're coming to force certain things on young people are going to fight back. I think Gen Z are educated at this point. Like, there's nothing that you can put past Gen Z at this at this given point. So as a government, like, how they've gone to tackle this issue and this matter is so wrong. People did not need to die. Gunshots did not need to be fired. And that's my personal opinion. And like I said, because when I was there, it was peaceful protests. People were going out in the morning, going back home in the evening. In the CBD, they were taking over the CBD. They go out, come back. They took over on Tuesday. And also here in the UK, we had a peaceful protest as well outside of the Kenyan High Commission. So it's possible to have a peaceful protest and be heard. But why is it that we have to lose lives? And I think that is what the problem is. It's the losing of lives that is affecting each and every one person. Forget the finance bill now. Like, literally out the window, the finance bill. It's literally the matter that if in fact, those people that probably lost their lives, honestly, out of, I don't know, maybe 10% of them might have actually have voted in this government. But unfortunately, they lost their lives. I think
what I can say on my side, I'll just like to quote what the former president said, that it is a higher time not to speak at the people, but to speak with the people. Because I think all of us, if we sit down, deliberate and talk, we'll be able to know where the problem is. Definitely. Where we can take it out and look at it, know what is the problem, then tackle it. But if you speak at the people, according to me, it means that you want to force something to the people, and which means that it won't go direct. It won't be on to the interest of the people, but to your own interest. And basically, what I can say is it is good, because as we are told, and what we know is, when God chooses leaders, they come to represent us and to represent God. Definitely. So in whatever that we do in our lives, even if people are leaders, they need to ask themselves that whatever you do you represent God still in whatever you do, or you just represent yourself?
Even when they get sworn in, they do put their hand on the Bible, and they do make a vow before God and before man that they basically swear to protect the people and be for the people. So it's like they're just going against everything that they were sworn in for in the beginning, which is upsetting.
And funny enough is, in anything that we do, has a beginning and has an end. And that's why you see, when a baby is born, has a date of birth. And when he has grown to become an adult, at the end of it, we have a date of death. And in between, we have different stages of life. It's just exactly as, even if right now we have a government, we had a government when they were sworn in, it is a date. And at the end of their mark of term, at the of them ruling, there will be a date of it. But what matters is what you'll have done in between here, and whatever you'll have done in between here, the period of time that you'll have, it is what will represent, would either will have taken the country forward or brought it back. So it is not only about you yourself, or it's not only about me myself. It's all about us as general.
As a society,
Because
yeah.
if I'm given an opportunity to do something, I need to do it accordingly to what the criteria and the plans that have been given to do by the people.
Yeah, definitely.
But not about you yourself. It's about us.
Definitely, I
Yeah.
agree. I definitely agree. And my thing is that why did it, like, I feel like looking back, it's like, why did it take people to lose their lives for the president of Kenya to decide he wants to withdraw from the bill? He went from calling the young people of Kenya criminals to calling them sons and daughters. So it's that contradicting thing that as a leader you shouldn't be doing. And I feel like this is why there's such an uproar right now, because you're showing us one side and then the next minute you're showing us another side. I feel like the Kenyan government need to understand that the Gen Z are educated. Gen Z are understanding. We are at an age where we can understand and we can break down the things that they're trying to feed us and trying to do to us, and allegedly for us. But they must understand that the tomorrow is ours, it's not theirs. The way the country is being built right now is for us and for our children. And whatever is done now is going to be a consequence for tomorrow. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like we have to be so careful, and that's why we are fighting back. And that's why I say I stand with my brothers and sisters in Kenya. I stand with my family in Kenya. I stand with my cousins, everyone, my friends in Kenya. And we will stand with them until the end. Until this government hear us. You see what I'm doing with my ear? You hear us completely, because, we need to be loud. We need to be loud.
Yeah, I think what I can say on my side is very simple. That it is a higher time to know that we are past that level whereby we used to say that, if my MP is in the parliament and has read the bill, then it is good, so they can pass it. Oh, you know what? If this and this and this is what they're going to do, and it is going to benefit me, they can pass it. I think one of the things that people need to know, and is just that now it was not. We have a past, we have a present, and we have a future. Right now, whatever was done at the past is not. Don't expect it that it is at the present thing that we will be doing right now. No, it is not. And the future that is coming in, it will be a bit total. What we need to know is going to be totally different from what we have currently. And the way you used to approach things before, don't do it right now. It is totally different.
Yeah, definitely.
So that so what we need to know is, kindly, let's talk to the people. Think with the people. Ask people what they want. Yes, we know all the leaders, as they always say, they need a betterment for their home areas they come from. If the president needs, he says he wants to do the best for the whole country. We don't disagree on that, but there are things that you might put on the table that are not benefiting the people.
100%.
You know.
And I feel like they need to understand that we are not our parents' generation. You could have done this and then told our parents you're going to give them 200 shillings, and they would have been happy with that. I even see sometimes even that's the way people campaign nowadays. Like if they want to vote, they're going to go and give out until they're voted in. We are not our parents' generation. We do not back down, and we will not back down. Like we have had enough. You cannot buy us, and that's what I think the Kenyan government are not. You cannot buy us just because they've claimed to have withdrawn the bill. Now that doesn't mean we stop here. Now we do not stop here.
I think the best thing is to say is that it is good. The picture that you portray on people when you are standing before them, please, just even when you are behind the scene where no one can see you, just the same replica of that picture, please let it be you yourself. Because if you come in front of if you do something, if you are in front of people, you are different from what you do while you are alone. It is just for a period of time. So it is good to know that if you say you have an interest of people, then let it be seen by people and work towards it. But we need to know that whatever there are things that can be avoided that are not necessarily needed to be done. So it is not a must to be done. So don't do it. But there are things that we can see they are needed to be done for the betterment of our tomorrow. Because some of us are still coming up and will need to be there. And if basically we'll have drawn a wrong foot for us, we'll fall into that ditch. And you know what? By the time we get out of that ditch and start making things right, it will take us ages and a lot of time to do it. So basically, it is a higher time for us to know and to keep in mind that it is a higher time to make a stand, to start to build up a good foundation so that our tomorrow, the visions that we have, come to pass and will generally not only benefit us who are in today, but also the future that we have, so bright and so good for us all.
I agree, and I just feel like it's peace. Peace is all we want.
Yeah.
Peace, love, unity. Like we sang in our anthem, that is what we stand for.
Yeah.
For our tomorrows and to better our lives. And with that being said, I think we're just going to wrap it up here. We stand with for love, peace, unity, as we sang in our anthem. That is what we stand for. Yeah. And we stand with our fellow Kenyan brothers and sisters until the end. We will not back down here in the UK. We stand behind you. We are for you guys.
Yeah.
And so with that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in in today's episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And we'll see you.
Yeah, because you know what? We are proud Kenyans. See you next Friday. God bless you.
Bye. Bye-bye.